My name's Andy Day. I was in the 4th Infantry Division. I got in country in Vietnam in July of 1968. I made it to March of 1969 when I was wounded on the 19th of March. And I was infantry 11B Bravo. Started out as a machine gunner. I went into Walking Point. It was a real experience. It's, yeah, for a 20-year-old guy. Yeah, it was really an experience. Yes. Kind of a little loss of words right now as far as, yeah. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming. I've been coming to this event. I missed the first year. I think it was in 2009. And been coming to one ever since. It's been a great healing experience for me. It's to be a Purple Heart holder is a pretty big deal. At the time that I got it, I didn't really understand it. Today, 40 some odd years later, I really understand the significance of it. and I'm proud to wear it. And like I say, it's an experience that it's really hard to explain to people. I was infantry, and infantry is boots on the ground. It's a lot different than some of the other jobs that veterans had, and it changed my life a lot. I mean, I always told people, I said, when I went into the service, it really changed my life. It taught me how to be respectful. It makes you grow up real quick, and sometimes maybe a little too quick at the time. But looking back on it, I don't think I would ever trade that experience for anything. And this Purple Heart event that we have down here is one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. And like I tell a lot of my other brothers out there who don't experience this, they need to come. These guys, when you get around them, you may not know them from Adam, but it's like you were there yesterday with them. You can relate very, very well with them, Oh yeah, I mean we're talking about all branches of service. Purple Hearts don't have distinguish if you're Army or Marine Corps or Navy or whatever. But we meet fellows from the Iraq War. Mine was Vietnam War, and yeah, definitely we get to share those experiences. Yeah, really, I haven't really been to that many other. I've been coming down here to Branson since the early '70s, and in the early days, it was good to come down. But I tell you what, Branson is a place that, gosh, I mean, if you're a veteran, you got to come here. I mean, it's unbelievable how you're treated down here. And it really makes you feel it was worthwhile what you went through, to see people that at least respect what you have done. Yeah, it's like we were forgotten what we've done for this country. This country wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for our veterans, for what we've done. It's kind of, I'm very proud of being a part of it. You know, I'm very proud to serve my country. Ah, but, they should be proud to serve, this country. This is the greatest country in the world. Despite on what you hear out there, these young people who go in, this country just didn't evolve overnight. I mean, it was built through a lot of lives, and the military was the biggest part of this country's success. I mean, we defend just about any, democratic life. I mean, it's all about democracy, to be free. And if we didn't fight these wars and conflicts that we got into, we wouldn't have what we have today. Someone has to do it. Yes, actually, when I got involved here in 2005, Branson had a welcome home that was just unbelievable. And up until that point, I never thought about getting in touch with anybody. But since then, I started a website, and I have one of the largest groups of fellows that comes to Branson every year in Veterans Week, and not so many Purple Hearts, but Veterans Week, and these were fellows who served together at the same time, and it's really brought me a lot closer with my fellow veterans. First of all, it's I never really expected to get a Purple Heart. I mean, I went and fought for my country because I believe in my country. But to get out there and to be honored this way is just undescribable. I don't know how to put it in words as far as being a Purple Heart recipient, and I didn't really expect all this attention, and it's just such a great honor, and especially with the fellows that we meet down here every year. Just to see where their lives have been, what their accomplishments are that they have made. And like I say, we're not a big community. There's not that many of us that have this honor to hold a Purple Heart. Yeah, I think with me, it's basically respect. I don't think anyone owes me anything. I did this for this country. I didn't really intend to get a Purple Heart, but I was doing my job at the time, and as far as people today, they just have to realize that all this freedom doesn't come cheap. I mean, there's a lot of lives lost. I mean, there's a lot of us Purple Heart guys who aren't here. It's the slogan. Some gave some, and some gave all. It's one of those deals where there's a lot of blood shedded over what we have here today. And sometimes we don't look like this. It's like seeing the forest without the trees. It's you have to understand that someone had to fight to defend for this freedom that we have, and unfortunately, there's always casualties that's involved in that. And it's nice that when someone comes up and thanks you for your service, we all love the support, which as Vietnam fellows, we didn't get that type of support when we came back home. And so it's kind of nice to be recognized today for that, and but we did it for our country, you know. And you young people have to, you know, you're the ones that are going to carry on. I mean, you know, we lead by example. You know, we did what had to be done at the time, you know. But yeah, a simple thank you is well enough reward for me, you know. I'm going to tell you what, last year was fantastic. This year I think it's even going to be better from what I see. I've got a new member this year that came up, one of my trolley company guys who heard about it, and came up from Louisiana, and he's up here and he's just totally overwhelmed on you know, the events that are going on here, you know. It's really amazing how a community can put out outreach basically to a bunch of veterans like us. You know, we never expect anything like this, you know. But this is something I've been coming to except for the 1 year. And like I say, I'll be at every one until I'm not here anymore, you know, and we appreciate every minute of it, you know. Well, I'm a post-traumatic stress myself, and the best thing is to come to events like this. You know, the camaraderie that comes here, these fellows, I mean, when you get around them, you may not know them from Adam, but once you get talking with them, you know, they've been there, they've done what you've done, they know what it's like. I was a basket case up until 2005, and since I started coming down here, I found answers of questions that I didn't know about. I always felt that I was the only one that had these problems, and they go from family problems, the way you treat your family, to the way you led your life. But then you come down here and you're talking to another guy, he had the same problems you had. And so it makes you feel like you're not the only individual with a problem, you know. And one thing about PTSD, you're never going to get rid of it. It's always going to be here. But once you learn how to cope with it, you have a life to live. And things like this event here give you hope. You know, you look forward to next year because it really gives you a boost. I mean, to come down and see all the fellows, and you know, you make some personal relationships, and you know, make some good friends, you know. Yeah. Well, other than, you know, getting out, being a veteran, you know, you got to get out of the shadows. I mean, you know, there's so many veterans out there right now who just don't want to talk about any of this stuff, you know, and we're all getting at that retirement age, and it's time to get out there and start doing things. You know, these events are great therapy, you know, and you know, plus, like I say, it's nice to be treated this way, you know, and but yeah, it just get out there and come to these things. You know, like I say, there's so many people that don't know about it, and I don't know how to get that word out. I mean, as far as letting people know that things like this exist, you know.